Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel as we discuss the living word today. Whose faith do you follow? Growing up, there was this woman who fascinated me, Auntie Ruth. Auntie Ruth wasn't rich, but she lived as though she had everything. She wasn't the most educated, but when she spoke, it's as though heaven stood still to listen. She wasn't a pastor, but people come from far and near to listen to her advice, counsel, and prayer. What stood out the most for me, for Auntie Ruth, was her faith, her raw, unshakable faith. I remember the year she lost her job. Everyone thought she would break down because, after all, she was a widow with 2 children at the university level. But instead of crying, Auntie Ruth came back. She locked herself in the room. She danced. She prayed. And she gave thanks. She gathered us together and she said, "Let's give God thanks." Now, ordinary, this is someone who just lost a job. The job that pays the fee. She just lost it. But instead of sobering, instead of crying, her faith was put to test. She said, "Let us dance for the bigger door that God is about to open." We thought she was mad, but she prayed, she believed, and she hoped on the promises of God. Beloved, within a week, she got an international job, fully funded, accommodation, transportation covered. And to Ruth's faith inspired all of us. When I faced my own battle years later in life, and to Ruth's faith became my template. I will ask myself, what will Auntie Ruth do in this situation? I never saw her cry. I never saw her complain. So therefore, I will encourage myself and say to myself, if Auntie Ruth's faith was able to pave way for her, why not exercise such a faith? What will Auntie Ruth do? And the answer is always clear. She will pray, thank God, and stand on God's promises. That brings me to this question. Whose faith do you follow, beloved? In Hebrews 13 verse 7, the word of God says, "Remember your leaders who spoke the word of God to you. Consider their ways of life and imitate their faith." God never asks us to copy people's fashion, wealth, or title. He asks us to consider their faith. I'm saying, copy their faith. For faith is the currency of heaven. The people who walk in miracle signs and wonder are not superstars. They are ordinary people with extraordinary faith. Let's take a look at some people that we can copy their faith in the Bible. Biblical faith we can copy. Number 1, let's look at Abraham. Abraham believed God's promise even when his body and that of Sarah's womb said it was impossible. Romans 4:18-21. David's faith. David faced Goliath not because of his strength, but because of his faith in God's promise. 1 Samuel 17 verse 48. Then let's look at Anna's faith. She prayed for his child and she believed that God has heard her even before she saw an evidence. 1 Samuel 1:12-18. The woman with the issue of blood faith. She believed that with a simple touch, She will be made whole even before she saw Jesus. Mark 5:25 to 34. Let me ask you, who are your faith model today? In this age of social media influencers, who are you influenced by? Are you copying the lifestyle of show up and competition? Or are you copying their faith in God and their prayer life? Ask yourself this honest question today as you drop a comment on the comment section. Please do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. I would really love to hear from you. So drop a comment at the comment section for me. Bye.